Yo, face. Show your face, please. With sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at HookahAnonymous_. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at HookahAnonymous_. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, most of us already caught wind that Lil Zay Osama has been arrested, but it seems like things took a turn for the worse when it comes to his case, as it's been reported that the feds have now picked up Lil Zay Osama's case as well. Now, I told y'all before previously that I don't know what's going on with the feds in Chicago, or just Chicago period, but if you out there and you playing in them streets, be very, very careful. Right now, the feds are literally picking up every case they can get their hands on. Before, everyone used to complain that CPD ain't doing their job and cases are going unsolved, but now the feds are picking these cases up left and right. And if you thought you got away with something, you better think again. Or at least be on your P's and Q's, because the feds have been stepping in and picking up all these old cases. It's been reported that they have stepped in to pick up Shooter Shell's case, as his life was tragically taken in broad daylight at 9 a.m. in the morning, and he was shot as much as 15 times in the face. Not too long after hearing they picked up his case and NLMB was the crew in questioning, it was rumored that No Limit Lil Wet was picked up and brought in for questioning. It haven't been confirmed 100% that he was, but it's all rumored, and it also was rumored that the feds have been looking into No Limit for the death of KTS Dre, as his life was taken like something straight out of a movie, as he was killed coming out of the Cook County jail. So long story short, like I said earlier, if you thought you got away with something in the past, now is the time you should reconsider and be on your toes, because the feds are watching and picking up everything. And the crazy part of it all is that a lot of these cases are being solved with the help of social media and music. Remember how we thought these guys were bold for getting on Twitter, dissing their ops and trolling and saying things they didn't have no business saying on the internet, making songs, dissing their ops, doing interviews, incriminating themselves, the whole 9 yards. That same information that they gave willingly have unfortunately came back to bite them in the end, and we're now seeing the end results. I'm not saying that's the case here, I'm just talking about in general. So word of advice, y'all, please stay off social media with the street stuff. But we got a little off topic, back to Lil Zay Osama. I don't know for sure, but my guess is that the feds are starting to step in on a lot of these cases due to the Habitual Criminal Act. I've stated this in previous videos detailing the feds stepping in on people's case. The most recent was Leaf Ward from Philadelphia. As y'all know, the feds picked his case up as he caught another weapons possession charge while on probation and already had previous weapon possession charges on his record. Now, the Habitual Criminal Act, which is just another fancy word for saying repeated offender, is when an individual continues getting in trouble for the same crime, and the feds use that to step in to impose harsher sentencing because they feel you aren't learning your lesson. Now, this segues into Lil Zay Osama's case, because I don't know if y'all realize, but it's like every other day Lil Zay Osama was getting arrested and seeming to be getting out. But not this time. With back-to-back weapons possession charges and the most recent being accused of robbing a New York jeweler after a chain that was taken was found in his possession, things are starting to heat up for Lil Zay Osama. Recently, he has been arrested for having a weapon with a switch attachment, and it's been reported that he was also charged for retail theft. I don't know where the retail theft part comes in, but I'll assume that it was part of the robbery that took place with the New York jeweler by the name of Benny the Jeweler. It was reported that Benny the Jeweler got a call from a client asking him to come in to his Manhattan store because they wanted to buy jewelry before catching a flight and leaving New York. Benny agreed to open his Diamond District store for the client in hopes of getting a sale. Some say he was just doing good business, while others say he should have known better. However, Benny would be in the store handling the customer when two guys would run in and steal a chain that was on the display case as they ran out of the store. The chain was reported to be worth $1 million, However, I don't know how true that is. Fast forward to Lil Zay Osama getting arrested, Chicago PD was tipped off of the car that was used during the robbery, which traced back to a vehicle in Chicago. When CPD tracked the car down, it was 3 occupants leaving the store, and once they entered the vehicle and took off, police would stop them as they were in the vehicle that was used in the commission of a crime. Upon searching the vehicle, Lil Zay and 2 others were arrested, and it's reported that Zay had a firearm on his persons along with the same chain that was stolen from the jeweler. Now, aside from the chain, Lil Zay having a weapon on him while he's already fighting the case where he left the weapon in the Uber in New York just isn't a good look for him. With that being said, the feds have now picked up his most recent case, and that's never a good look. In every video pertaining to the feds, I explained to y'all that the feds have almost 100% conviction rate, and usually when they come to get you, they're looking to hand out time. Not just BS time neither. We're talking 5, 10, 15, 20, y'all get the picture. So news just came out that Lil Zay Osama has been indicted on federal firearm charges on this case, where he actually left the loaded firearm in the Uber back in October of 2022. Reports say he faces up to 20 years, and I'm not sure if he'll be doing 20, but I can tell you right now that the feds are definitely going to want some time from him. Now, I'm assuming that the switch that was attached to the firearm allegedly in the back of the Uber that he left, I'm assuming that's the reason why the feds actually stepped in. As y'all know, any type of switch or any type of attachment to that magnitude is illegal, and that's when the feds usually step in. It's one thing to have an unregistered or an illegal firearm, but to have a switch attached to that as well, that's just double trouble, right? Now, he's also a convicted felon to my understanding, and when he caught that case in 2022, it was not too long after he was just released from prison already. I've seen some people say that he was also on probation. I'm not sure. Gun laws in New York are already crazy, especially when you're a felon or have priors, but he not only had a firearm, he had a switch on it. So to have a weapon in New York with a switch, it's not looking too good for him. Now, the lead investigator of the Federal Bureau of ATF had this to say in regards to the indictment. He said, quote, "Machine guns have no place on the streets of our communities. They are weapons intended to kill and injure with maximum effect, with the shooter often firing uncontrollably and indiscriminately." Now, notice how he mentions the fire uncontrollably part, because it has been a bunch of incidents where suspects have fired these weapons that have been modified to be automatic and hit innocent bystanders. This is because they can't control the rapid pace of the weapon once it's been modified and made more dangerous to not only the victims that they're targeting, but innocent victims as well, highlighting that these attachments and just guns period is a danger to the community. Now, in the article, they also highlighted that Lil Zay Osama lied the time he addressed DJ Academics and said that him leaving a firearm in the Uber was completely false. However, clearly it was true. Lil Zay will go on to tell the world that the case was dismissed, but clearly that wasn't true because he's now being indicted by the feds for that same case. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But once again, here is another case of the feds stepping in and cracking down on a lot of these guys and their cases. I want to say Osama's going to be good, but he has a lot going on. Being on probation, the robbery case with the jeweler where he was caught with a firearm, and then now the federal indictment where he left the firearm in the Uber in New York. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out.